Borderlands 4 is such a unique situation. There's an Nvidia optimization guide that is out. It says how to optimize your graphic settings for better performance and frame rates on PC with the Nvidia app. Interesting. Minimum PC specs: 1080p, 30 FPS with low preset settings. Recommended 1440 with medium preset settings. Okay, so they have this chart here. And this chart is supposed to kind of give you a sense from the 2070 all the way through the 5090. If I look around here, I see the 4090. I see the 4080 Super. I don't see the 4080. I have a 4080. I don't see it anywhere. And you kind of see all of this stuff that kind of tells you what to do. Now, I haven't bought this game yet. I think I'm gonna wait. Expected 30 FPS for the RTX 2070. Yo, if your game is doing 30 FPS with the 2070, what did you put in here? 2080 Ti, 30 FPS. Yo, when Borderlands 3 came out, right? The RTX series were probably still a thing, and man, they would have eaten that version of the game. They would have taken it to town. The 3050 expected 30 FPS. 3060 Ti, 60 FPS. 3070 Ti, 60 FPS. Notice there's some cards that are just missing. Like, you don't have to do all of this, bro. 3080, 12 gigs, 60 plus FPS, full screen mode, quality very high, very high. So this game probably has received its optimization to this particular point in terms of, raw rasterization. So we'll look at where 60 FPS kind of kicks off. So right here, around the 3060 Ti. Can they do more? Can they do better? I think they can. I think they can actually make this game run well. Somebody was talking to me in the comment section. I can't necessarily remember the comment. And they said one thing that you have to pay attention to with a lot of these games is they'll come with the Nouveau, and the Nouveau will be giving them problems, right? And they, nobody will say anything for the longest time. But, we've seen some games where once they removed the Nouveau, the game started to act right. Right? Now, so this could be one of those things where there's a de novo issue. I don't know. Right? There's a de novo issue, perhaps. I mean, if you come here and look, let's go ahead and let me show you this. Over here on the shopping page for it, it shows that it does require incorporates third-party DRM. And the third-party DRM that it incorporates is de novo's DRM. So that might be something that, truly is a problem for this particular game. Then let's go all the way up to 3090 Ti. Bro, where's the 3090? It'll probably be within these two. Goodness. The 4060 Ti. 4060, where no 4060. The 4070 Ti. Notice these graphics cards, are some of them, they're in the 40 series, and now they're cranking up frame generation 2x in the 40 series. No frame generation in the 30 series, right? So now you need juicy 3070 Ti to be able to, and 3060 Ti to be able to crank out 60 FPS. But once you get the frame gen, you notice a 4060 Ti is just gonna, crank out 60 FPS, but boom. 4070 Ti Super. This is what I think makes the gaming industry very convoluted. I strongly believe that these corporations that are selling all of these plugins and pushing them in the market so that their GPUs can pretty much sell in these video games, they need to take their hands out of this video game development process. To be very honest with you, AMD and Nvidia should not have AMD or Nvidia sponsored games or whatever it is. These developers need to basically be agnostic and learn exactly how to optimize their games, right? And then whenever it is they want to go ahead and add these other features, those should be end game, type things. For instance, The Witcher and, The Witcher 3 had its challenges at launch, went through all of these different things. And then eventually, when things kind of settled, the game, eventually got clean in its optimization, and then they added those, RTX features later down the road. But with these companies constantly incentivizing and doing everything to get their features in there so that the people who want to buy the GPUs for features continue to, oh yeah, I got FSR 4, I got frame gen, 2x or multi-frame gen. The first was, it was frame generation. Then they came out with the 50 series and it's like, hey, multi-frame generation. That's insane. That this is what we're doing now. So the 5050 can do 60 FPS, but the 3050 is not gonna do it because now you can 4x your frame gen, but it's all low. You see that? The 5060 FPS but 4x frame gen. So you're just inserting basically fake frames into this game to give you a mirage. So that's exactly what Nvidia and in some cases now, right, AMD would probably be selling to us. Why? There's no more juice that can be drawn. If they want to give you a GPU that can actually brute force this game, you're going to need to buy like a 2,000 watt power supply and all of this craziness to pretty much juice these games. These games just need optimization, and we all need to just have clear and realistic expectations, including the developers themselves. I just think everybody is running crazy, bro. What is this? This is just so convoluted. Again, look at this. Look at all the work that Nvidia and their engineers and whoever all went through when this stuff could have been taken care of. If you understand what I mean, like at the optimization phase, this stuff could have all been packaged in one simple setting that says easy, normal, hard. Now you got to sit here with all these different things that you threw in, blah, 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 bam, and then still go ahead and generate frames for it. This is wild. This is wild and crazy, to be very honest with you. This is clearly, a challenge right now with the developers and the way that they've basically decided that they're going to get their games out here. I cannot in good faith do business just yet on this level. Borderlands 3, I was happy to buy that game day one. I didn't even beat the first or the second one. Played them for a little bit. When the third one, I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy this. Imagine how fast things have changed so much, where instead of pretty much spending the time to, get your game going, this is what you're doing. Now, you know what's crazy is, on SteamDB, the game is actually going insane. It's reached about 300 or so thousand concurrent users. And as of right now, as I'm making this video, about 211,000 people. Once again, I don't told y'all that 30 FPS doesn't bother a lot of people. Y'all there and playing, right? If people are gonna play the game that they want to play, I wouldn't sweat it. Don't make, like I made the video. You guys are thinking, oh, people are not gonna play this. Nah, they're playing it. Look at them. They are literally playing it. Let's go ahead and calculate how much, flashed before Steam's eyes. Right now, 304,000. Let me go ahead and give you guys a desktop view so y'all can see it yourselves. 304,000, 304, 398. And let's just go ahead and, my 9 did not show up. And let's go ahead and multiply that by 60 on average. Yeah, $18 million. As of right now, as we're making this video, right? 211,962 times 60. That's $12 million sitting on Steam's concurrency user, even with a 63.73% user review. I mean, like, think about a game like Gotham Knights, right? Its user base, its highest user count was 24,000. Game did not even resonate, and it's 1% lower than Borderlands 2. But again, I'm just saying, gamers are only dedicated about the game that they want to play. They couldn't be bothered about whatever the heck is going on. And sometimes I see people get distracted talking about all these little things, and I'm like, yeah, you could talk about all those little things, but you got to understand, man, a lot of gamers don't really care. But then the ones that do care, right, who want things to get better, They still end up going to pay for these games anyways to just complain. That's another one that I found fascinating. So right now, 18,000 reviews, mixed. Mixed. And some are still saying performance still has issues, but I'm enjoying myself. It's a 10 out of 10, even with performance issues. I don't know what to say, man. Other than, well, y'all subsidize it for me. Perhaps it'll go on sale fast so that they can get more people in. Thanks for watching, though. Talk to me in the comment section. I appreciate your guys' time and audience. Hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.